Because life is a process, and growth, personal development is a process. Spiritual path, the spiritual path is also a process. It's not a question of reaching a certain plateau or state where you're going to stay and you're going to say, "I'm done. I'm committed to this, and it, I'm pretty much set." I love the idea of this, that it's a direction that we're moving in. And when you find that direction, you keep moving in that direction, you find your path. And that's I think that's why it's called a path, because it's a movement in a certain direction that's leading you in that direction. And that's more how it makes sense to me. That
like it's almost like you're making progression versus going backwards or stopping and starting over again, right? It's kind of like unfolding as you go. And someone may ask, well, how do you know what the right path is? And in Eastern philosophy, in the Gita, Krishna said, whatever anyone believes, encourage them, because everything leads to me, which means that everything leads to that one truth, which is that we're all one, that non-dual philosophy. You'll eventually get there. So because you'll be on the path, and the things, like, it's almost like the intelligence is with you, is trying to get you there.
Yeah.
And then the ego, what happens is, the reason why we stay in that discovery phase is because the ego doesn't want you to grow. It wants to stay in that little cocoon of safety. And so it loves the shiny objects, those quick fixes, like, oh, you can do like 1 hour, you can clear all your childhood traumas and you'll be good. And now you'll live a perfect life. Like those promises of overnight change can sometimes be distracting to people, because we're always looking for that quick fix, that easy thing. It's a nature of the ego. So it's that when you say commitment and being on the path, it's like trusting in your own inner intelligence. And then also, even when it's hard, to keep going and to not and trust that what's unfolding is the right path for you.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't mean blindly following someone either, like blindly following a leader. Like we'll talk about this later with community, but you want to always question everything that you're hearing and believing. So you're really having that critical mind and making sure you're not just being a sponge and repeating mantras that some guru says is the truth.